Welcome back to Makin Motor Moves. Today I am painting the entire Sea Ray 380 SS Sunsport gray. I've prepped the entire boat, just finished cleaning the entire side off with acetone, taping all my lines. This has been a long time coming. This is the last thing that needs to be done before this boat hits the water on the Chesapeake Bay. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. See you in this video. We cover a lot in today's video, guys. All the way from the brand new gray paint job on the Sea Ray 380 Sunsport. I blew up a Bravo 3 Sterndrive, believe it or not, on my first outing on the Chesapeake Bay. We run through that issue. A little bit of a walkthrough of the interior, some updates on systems. I installed freshwater flush on both engines for the boat. There's a little bit of a fire up towards the end of the video. If you guys bear with us, there's a lot of great updates on our Sea Ray restoration project. This is a long time coming. I finally have time to work on the boat now that we've got it from Iowa all the way out in Maryland here. Bear with us. Appreciate you guys tuning in and enjoy the video. Here we go, guys. Officially introducing you to what is sitting behind me, our 1992 Sea Ray 380 Sunsport. let's get you a little sneak peek here. We can't even tell. Look, it's painted gray. Woohoo! But what you don't know is it's after Memorial Day weekend. I had the boat out on the water and we had some issues. All right, so on today's to-do, let's back up a little bit. I literally just came from the boat ramp. This boat was sitting nicely in its marina at its slip. We used it all weekend long, but on the port engine because we were at 30 knots. And all of a sudden I hear a boom and this drive starts clanking. And I immediately shut everything down, pulled the throttles back, coasted to a stop, and thought the world ended. If you didn't watch the previous videos, we replaced gimbals. So Phil and George replaced the gimbal bearings, the bellows, and shaft seals, and did a bunch of maintenance to the drives over the winter, which I don't know what's wrong yet, but these Bravo 3 drives are about 25 years old. This one's been running great. Spins just fine, like a Bravo 3 should. This one is a little harder to spin. Doesn't quite rotate like the other one. Sounds a little harsher inside, but it was always like that. So my first instinct was I threw a rod to the side of the engine block. That didn't happen. I fired everything up. Everything ran fine, good oil pressure, no water and oil. This guy turned it over, fired it up, and ka-clank, 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 ka-clank. So I was like, shoot, I must have split the case. But no cracks, no oil running out. I'm gonna check here in a second if there's oil in it. The bellows look fine, everything's sealed fine. This boat sat in the water for a week and a half now. And again, I apologize, I haven't gotten you guys on the boat sooner. I know you're all looking for an update on this beast, but I was really working hard to get this thing ready for Memorial Day and finally in the water. So I guess right now, sorry for all the drive content, but I'm gonna pull this Sterndrive off. So this is removing a Bravo 3 drive from a 40-foot Sea Ray Sun Sport. Let me see. Well, hang around, I'll give you a full tour and update of the boat here in a little bit. So game plan, pull the drive off, try and find parts, see what's wrong with it. I guess see what's wrong with it, try and find parts. If I have to rebuild it, get a new one, I don't know yet, but we're gonna do that. There's a couple loose ends to fix up. I need to seal off a through hull port in the back of the boat that was leaking just a little bit. Do a little touch up paint. My tape got stuck on there, so touch that up. Look how this turned out, guys. I sprayed all of this. And my bow pulpit, as always, is a problem. But a little touch-up paint there where the rope and fender scored it up. But, I mean, check this out. All white. We had the windlass working, anchor out. Trailer's great. Bearings are good. Old boats. It's 30 years old. What are you gonna do? Anyway, let's pull the drive. 1992 Sea Ray 380 Sun Sport. This is Makin Motor Moves. Here we go. Okay. I did this with Phil last time. These things are heavy. This may go really poorly, but all else fails, I'm just gonna flop it down onto this piece of cardboard and then get a buddy to help me put it back in. Anyway, I just removed our 6 bolts. So, sorry, 6 nuts. So we got our 6 nuts, 5 washers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's the one that doesn't have the washer. I removed our drive cylinders. They're just hanging there on their ground wires. That's okay. FYI, 1 week. These are brand new anodes. They're doing their job, which is really good. Same with our prop anode. Still no severe issues. I just split this. It's hanging there. It's loose.
Should slide right out here in a second, but I'm gonna pull it and move this cardboard under here so we get this set. I'm just gonna flop it right onto this. So. Here, shift your clasp. Remember your drive shifter? Just gonna pop that up real quick, ready? Just pop it loose. See that? Just pop that loose, that's the only thing you need to do. All right, so there's our oil. The water is from the drive, by the way. It's not like the bottom of the drive. It's not mixture, but it is very, very a lot of metallic shavings in that. Don't know if you guys can see it. I'll try and. Whew, a lot of metallic shavings. Shifter linkage is fine. Yeah, that's all pulled out. Good to go. Let's just show you here real quick. So here's our gimbal and everything. Quite a bit of, looks like drive oil inside there. I don't know where that could have came from. So this is our drive oiler and it is plumb empty right now. There's our shifter that's pulled out, that's fine. Exhaust looks fine. And our gimbal, let's see if I can. Gimbal bearing is fine, guys. I'm moving it around. There's no play, it's tight. Gimbal looks fine. So, that is a huge relief. I mean, let me just touch it again. Yeah, gimbal feels fine. I am just, there's drive oil everywhere. And look, there's shavings in it, metal shavings. Okay, make sure I still have all my seals on the face. I got my seal here, that's good. All right, here's our issue, ready? Oh boy, ready? See that? That is no bueno, guys. Oh, look, yeah. Oh man. That is not good at all. It's all beat up. Yep, look at the play in that. I am moving that side to side quite a bit. So that's where our drive oil came from. I do not want to get metal onto me. So that seal's all blown. Thank God I shut it off right away, but that's why there's drive oil in there. Because when that seal blew, it blew a bunch of drive oil into the casing there. Hence why I lost all of my drive oil in the reservoir inside the boat. So, now what I am to do is pull the upper gear case off this lower unit, and I'm gonna rebuild it all. I'd say that's about best case, and what could have happened here. That's best case. Phil, George, if you're watching this, I want to say for the record, you guys did a great job on the gimbal bearings. That is not what failed. It was a drive issue. You guys didn't do anything wrong here. For the record. I was just chatting with my neighbor, but I think the plan is actually to go and find a used drive, put that on the boat that's in good shape, you know, check all the bearings and whatnot, and then actually rebuild this one and have it as a spare. I'll pull the props off and put that on the other drive, but I think that's the game plan. Careful, careful. Oh boy. Here she comes. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. There's a lot of metal material coming out, guys. Look at that. Focus, come on, focus up. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Hey, by the way, if you like this stuff, guys, and appreciate what we're doing, go down there, like, subscribe to the channel. Helps me out. We We're growing pretty fast now. You know, still a small channel on YouTube, but this is fun. I enjoy doing this stuff on the side. I'm an engineer by trade. I worked for John Deere for a few years. Now I'm out here working in the marine industry, and then I work on my own boats in the meantime. So if you guys have followed the channel, you've seen a few of the boats that I've gone through. This is boat number 10, and you learn stuff every bit of the way. So I've never rebuilt an upper gear case, never rebuilt a Sterndrive. I've replaced seals, I've done gimbals now, I've pulled drives on and off, but it's new every single time. So I'm learning the same way you guys are learning watching this video. Hopefully you're getting something from it. So like I said, if you enjoy what we're doing, go down there, like, subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. Makin Motor Moves. Who knows, maybe I'll start making some merchandise for you guys. T-shirts, hats. Anyway, I'm rambling now. Let's get back into the cool stuff. These are Bravo 3 drive repair on a 1992 Sea Ray 380 Sunsport. This is gross. You guys should see this. Literally, as I'm running the drill, watch the shavings pass through the shaft. That is not good at all. Not good. Uh-oh. I am absolutely covered in gear oil. But, by the way, I got short power working, so the boat has a brand new trickle charger on it for all the batteries. Works perfectly. There's my boy. What's up, buddy? That's Goosey Boy. Check it out, a couple Perco flush valves for both engines. These are gonna be a huge game changer, because out here on the Chesapeake we have brackish water, so it's a mixture of salt and fresh water, and I couldn't find parts to install the correct closed loop cooling systems on these engines, so running coolant through them, cooled by a heat exchanger. So I left them fresh water. I got flush valves, so every time after I use the boat, what's going to happen is actually connect a hose here. These are going to be on the inlet side of my water pump impeller. So the hose right before it goes into the impeller housing, these will go there. They'll tee in. There will be a hose teeing out of it coming up through the engine bay, and then there'll be 2 freshwater access inlets that this hose will come up to and tee into, and then I'll be able to, every time I'm done running, connect my dock freshwater hose to the through hull right here, turn the hose on, closes the valve in here, doesn't allow water to be sucked up through the drives, and only puts fresh water through the engine. So run it for like 5 minutes, cleans out your exhaust manifolds, cleans out the entire engine full of the brackish water, and leaves your engines with fresh water every time you're done running, which is going to be perfect. Anyway, back to this guy. I'm now about to undo Pandora's box and see what lies inside our upper gear case. I'm a little scared. Don't forget, it's always good to hydrate. 3/8 star bit. When I say star, it is for these guys. Can't use your hex, gotta use the star pattern. Oh. 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 There are a lot of emotions right there. There is junk inside. Oh boy. Man, these actually don't look that bad, but now they're just filled with, oh god, the gear teeth. Oh yeah, look, that's totally ground down. Look, it just sheared and ground itself out. Yikes. I'm gonna have to get all new gears for this upper. That is not good, guys. Alright, let's pull off this front face now. Oh god. Oh no, that is some chunkage. Alright, I'm glad we caught this. I think it's all contained in the upper housing here though, which is clutch. I am gonna have to clean all that out and flush the whole drive. Had to go get my handy dandy bucket tool organizer. I think I've shown this on the channel before, but seriously, you gotta get yourself one of these. I mean, mine's a little messy, but I know where every single tool is. It's got every single tool that I could ever need on a whim for a job. I always have a drill with bits hung on the side, my cordless impact on the side, an extra battery, a charger at the bottom, some tape, a couple hammers, really bright LED light, work gloves, and then saw, pliers, screwdrivers, Sharpie, pencil, tape measure, knives, vice grips, stapler, extensions. I mean, list goes on and on and on. Safety glasses, earplugs. Gotta have it. Get yourself a bucket. Seriously. This thing's awesome. I love it. Best thing I could ever done. So I removed this outer threaded cap for the upper gear case, and it was cross-threaded like crazy. Someone has definitely, I gotta be careful because there's metal shavings all over this thing. Someone was definitely in this thing before, and I don't think they did a really good job putting it back together on the upper side. So I may, just based on how cross-thread this is, just need a whole upper gear case at this point, because I mean, this is part of the casting. If that's screwed up, I mean, we're done. So I may need to get a new upper gear case, reuse my lower, which is I think the 2-to-1 ratio lower. I guess just something to think about, and maybe a reason why this thing failed in the first place. But as I dive deeper into it, I will probably discover more. Alright, so next thing, I gotta remove my shift cam to get the rest of the gear housing out. So I've got a Allen key down here, which was a little hidden because it was inside some grease. So there's one there, and there's one here, right there. This one's already removed. I'm gonna take this one out, and then I should be able to slide this shaft out the top by threading in a bolt right there. And that should slide out, this should pop out, and then I can remove my gears. So I got that bottom piece off, and you got my threaded screw in the end of it, and that should just pull right out, just like that. Now my shift cam just comes right out. Even it looks a little scored up from the battle. Now we can go over to our U-joints. Now that our thing's loose here, this should all pull straight out as an assembly. But mine is pretty jacked up, so let's see how this goes. Oh, let's try this. And I got it out. I don't want to touch that. That would absolutely be the issue. That is donezo. I bet this was wearing out for a while. Finally couldn't engage all the way, and just kaboom. Blew up big time. Oh, it's gouged my casing. Oh man, does this one come out now? Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, look at that. Literally cracked the housing. Yeah, this upper is donezo. I need a whole new upper gear case housing. Oh, on the plus side, I figured out my upper is 27 gear teeth on the input shaft to 32 gear teeth. To the transfer, there's 27 to 32 gear teeth. So for the 90 that goes down below, God, that's just, that's awful. That's so bad. So we're gonna reuse the lower after we completely flush it. Gonna have to get rid of the upper. Just noticing this too while inspecting the top of our gear case. There is a big old, let's see if you can see it. Big old crack along there. That guy's junk too. Junk, junk, junk. I couldn't do it. I couldn't show you guys. It was painful. You know what I did? Yep. I drilled 2 holes into the back of the boat. 4-inch holes, because I'm installing 2 these Perco. I don't know what these are. They're not Perco, SureFlow. Installing 2 freshwater intake ports where I can hook up a hose, and then it'll run, the hose will run down from the fitting there to the freshwater flush valve on the engines, and boom boom, can flush both the engines no problem. But anyway, I could not show you guys me cutting. All fiberglass, by the way. This is the top side. This is the thin stuff. Down here is where the hard stuff is. There's been a lot of people saying this boat has like whatever, rotten transom, rotten stringers. No, it's been moisture tested, tested the stringers, tested the transom. This is not like the fountain. If you go back and watch the fountain video, this is not the fountain. But anyway, little update here. I got the new gear case. I got a new upper gear case on order for this bad boy, so it'll be just this part from here up, coming in. New upper gear case with already assembled. That'll bolt directly onto the lower gear case, which is sitting over in the shed. I checked the starboard side. It is good to go. I flushed it like 12 times yesterday to get all the debris out. And now I just need the upper. So meantime, I can finish up some of these outstanding projects on the quarter life crisis. Like, let's see. I fixed this rubber rail over here. It was pulled off. I got to touch up a couple paint spots. Like here, where my paint masking got onto the hull. There's a chip somewhere. Touch that up. And the, let's see, I think the bow pulpit too. I need to finish sanding the bow pulpit where the anchor mount goes. Hey! What you do? Hey! What you do? My wires ran through the hull. My old ones were all corroded, but hooking up my horn here, I got 2 leads coming out of the boat, and then 4, 2 and 2 on each horn. So I'm guessing here on which lead to split to each side. So I'm gonna go cycle the horn, see if we produce the right noise. I think that'll work. All right, here's something fun. I got my microwave pulled out. I got an outlet there. That outlet is strictly activated by my Microwave. Where are we at? There we go. Microwave AC panel switch. So, I got an extra Keurig laying around. I'm gonna wire in that Keurig. Simply just plug it in to that outlet. Every time I turn the microwave on, I'll have my Keurig. Update on the Sterndrive. I'm still waiting on the upper gear case. I actually just won the auction on eBay for the upper gear case. This guy right here. So I got a really nice one of these coming. It's used, but it's got good hours on it, clean internals, good gear ratio, everything. So hopefully that gets here this next week. A couple other things I've done in the meantime. I rebed my drain plug on the boat, pulled it out, cleaned everything, took a sample of the hull, and then cleaned and sealed and rethreaded all of the bolts back in. So this is sealed. I'm pretty sure it was sealed before, but just while it's out of the water, I might as well do it. Rebedded that guy. Installed my Simrad depth, water temperature, speed transducer. Sealed it 4200 through hull, above water line, 5200 below water line. Sealed. Also took core samples here and core samples here of the transom. This is only some threads, or these are only some threaded machine bolts about 1.5 inches long. This actually goes all the way through the hull, 4 inches deep, really clean, dry sample of the transom, which is awesome. Means we don't have a lot of moisture in it. So I hate drilling into the transom, but it's a good check on a 30-year boat. Other things, you guys have seen these. My freshwater wash are in. Oh, I got the carburetor pulled out of the generator. I could get it running on starter fluid, but I needed a little extra love and found a few little nasty gummy things and some real varnish fuel. So these are all going in my milk jug here. I'm gonna have to replace some O-rings. I'm actually gonna pull this O-ring out real quick. Hang on. Anyway, these are all going in my milk jug here, and we'll get soaked in part washer fluid for a night to get all the nasty stuff out. I'm not gonna do the float. Float's in fine shape. This needle is in fine shape, but yeah, so we might have a generator here soon. I checked alignment in this bad boy here with the engine and the gimbal. Everything is aligned properly. A couple other things. There are my, let me get a little closer for you. There's my through hole for the Raymarine cable, so I gotta route that cable. And then the back sides of my freshwater washdowns, I got adapter fittings, and now I need to get a 90-degree elbow, which is on order. So this hose fits there. I didn't have enough room to fit it. But the bottom hose works fine. See, routed over, across, down to the freshwater valve. Plug that guy in at the dock after running each time. She turns the valve on, runs the engine, flushes them all out. No more brackish water. Keeps them nice and clean. Pretty slick, Rick. What else? Replaced all of these battery leads to the main house batteries, engine batteries, and generator batteries, so those wires aren't corroded, to my new Victron Centaur 30 amp charger, which is sweet. I got my super battery banks there and there. Here's our generator we're working on, nice little 2-cylinder Kohler. Who knows if the exhaust hoses are in good shape for the generator, but that routes all the way out and over here, and side exit. Oh, we're going places. I think we're getting there. You notice we still don't have upholstery. I don't know when we're getting upholstery. Oh, both engines got new spark plugs this season. So that's good. New oil, obviously, new filters, new water pump impellers. I probably should get some new belts for those engines, but let's walk down here. Got my dehumidifier running. It's running off of my house right now. I'd like for this to plug into the outlets, but for some reason on my panel, you know, we're charging, I'm running my refrigerator, that all works. The microwave works. Check this bad boy out. Watch. Aha! Woo! Alright, we're not gonna run that for very long. It scares me. And turn it off. There's work to be done here. Once I get the generator going, this switch is a little loose and it just scares me a bit, but needs to be buttoned up. I got a little hinge here. I had a hinge to this door that's missing for some reason. I just noticed that. Maggie made a beautiful bed up front, so thank you. My hatches are nice and sealed, no longer leaking. I'd be out on the water right now if I had a Sterndrive. Oh, come on. That's my fault. I didn't roll that back far enough. I'd be out on the water right now if I had a Sterndrive. So everything else is looking pretty good. Here, check this bad boy out. Looking really good. You know, I'm a little tired of working on it and not actually getting to use it. It is what it is. Yeah. What I did here, this is where our anchor guide and anchor track sits. Whole new piece of wood, all new seals, and then a bunch of fiberglass resin filler and the spots where it needed it. Now I gotta sand it down and touch up the paint. But anyway, it's the major repair that we did on the bow pulpit here after we broke it last summer, so this is what I'm doing for the next 20 minutes. Yeah. Cold, really smooth. Now let's run this one. And there's the other one going. I think this one might be missing on a cylinder. Everything feels good. Headers feel good. Risers feel good. Pumping good. We're gonna do some shifting now. This is the one that has the Bravo 3 hooked up. Good oil pressure. I just adjusted my RPM gauges because they were actually off, but I'm gonna boop you. Come here. Come here. Hey, hey. Let's get the ball. Ready? Ready? Hang on. Look, look, look. Ready? Focused. Got it. Look at that beast.